Rio's POV, I'm staring at the stupid physics grade sheet again. And of course, my name is sitting one mark under the guy I pretend doesn't exist. One mark. One freaking mark. I rub my face and groan loud enough that a couple of people glance over. Whatever, let them stare. I've earned the right to be dramatic when I'm being academically humiliated by a guy who looks like he hibernates in libraries. Jamie elbows me. So, you lost to your beloved cryptid again. He's not beloved, I hiss. He's annoying, irritating, an inconvenience sent by the universe to personally ruin my life. Jamie snorts. You know, normal people don't talk about their rivals like ex-boyfriends. He's not my anything. And yet my eyes drift toward where he's sitting, like they always do. There he is. Alaric. 3 rows down, hoodie up, sleeves pulled over his hands, head bent over neat handwriting that looks like it was printed by a robot. Same blank expression, same posture that screams, I don't care about anything except getting a higher grade than you, Rio. 2 years. 2 years of this silent rivalry he never even acknowledges. 2 years of him beating me by 1 point, 2 points, half a point, once by a decimal so tiny I swear the teacher invented it. I lean back in my seat. Watch this, I whisper. I drop my pencil. Loud. On purpose. Nothing. He doesn't flinch, doesn't glance back, doesn't even twitch. He just keeps writing, calm and infuriating. I mutter under my breath, you're not even human. When class ends, I grab my bag and bolt because I have practice. Coach Miller already hates me for existing loudly. As expected, the second I step into the gym, he's yelling, Rio, you're late again. If you're late tomorrow, you're running laps until you cry. I don't cry, I shout back. You do, Jamie calls from the bleachers. I flip him off. Practice is brutal. I'm sweaty, exhausted, and my phone is still in the locker room, which means I have to go back inside the smelly cave where the fluorescent lights flicker, like we're in a horror movie. The second I push open the gym door, fully ready to pretend I'm a productive, disciplined adult, and then, oh no, he's here. Alaric standing under the overhead lights like the gym was built purely so he could bench press in it. He's not talking, not acknowledging anyone, just picking up a bar like it personally offended him. His back moves in this slow, controlled way that should honestly be illegal this early. My brain does a full shutdown. Why is his back doing that thing? Why does he look like a villain in a sports drink commercial? Why am I still walking toward him like an idiot? I immediately veer sideways and pretend I'm stretching behind a column. A very aggressive, unnecessary stretch. My hamstring is gonna sue me later. I peek again. He's lifting with that neutral face he always has, and for some reason that makes it worse. Calm, focused. Muscles flexing like he knows damn well people are watching. If God didn't want me to stare, he wouldn't make him flex like that. I mutter under my breath. And then, he looks, not fully, just the side of his eye. But enough. A tiny smirk curves on his mouth. Not a full smile, just a, yeah, I see you struggling idiot expression. And I swear my stomach flips so hard I nearly pull something. Nope. I need to get out of this gym before I embarrass myself into early retirement. I half jog, half stumble out of sight, grab a mat and plop down like I totally meant to be here. I try to focus on stretching, but all I can think about is how I accidentally inhaled too sharply when he smirked, and now my chest hurts. Also, maybe my soul. I do 1 push-up, immediate regret. I lie flat on the floor for an uncomfortably long time. He walks by again, slow, steps way too quiet for a large man. I freeze like a raccoon caught stealing bread. He doesn't say anything, doesn't tease, just glances down, and that smirk comes back. My brain short circuits. I drop my water bottle. It rolls under a treadmill. I go after it, crawl halfway under the machine, bump my head, mutter something that could be considered a prayer or a curse. By the time I crawl out, Alaric is wiping down weights, eyes flicking to me like he's watching a nature documentary about a confused baby deer. I can't handle this. I abandon the gym entirely and power walk back to my dorm before my dignity collapses in on itself. I sit on my bed for 10 minutes, staring at the wall like it personally betrayed me. My roommate keeps talking about some new protein shake, but all I hear is the sound of my brain replaying that stupid smirk. Why is he built like that? Why does he move like that? Why is he in my head hours later when all I want is to focus on my syllabus? I give up pretending I'm normal. I grab my notebook, the "Don't have a mental breakdown today" notebook, and flip to a blank page. Not because I'm in the gym writing like some feral stalker. No. I tried to study. I tried to watch a lecture. I even tried to clean my side of the room. But my mind kept looping back to his shoulders, his arms, the way he wiped sweat from his forehead with the bottom of his shirt, flashing just a hint of skin like he wasn't about to ruin my whole semester. So I write, if he shoves me into a locker, I would not complain. Is it normal to want your mortal academic rival to bench press you? His veins look like they could ruin my GPA. Oh, Alaric, the thing I want you to do with me. Wait, what the F, Rio? I close the notebook fast, face hot enough to fry eggs on. God help me. It's literally the first day, and Alaric is already a problem I do not have the emotional stability to handle. I get up, grab my bag, and force myself back out the door. Maybe fresh air will clear my head, or maybe I'll keep replaying that smirk until I walk into a pole. Either way, I'm leaving. And as I lock the door behind me, I feel something stupid and new settle in my chest. I'm motivated? Gross. If only I knew he saw everything. 2 days later. 2 days. 2 days. 48 entire hours. And I'm still thinking about his arms. It's honestly pathetic. Every time I blink, I see Jim Alaric. Not hoodie Alaric, no. That demon version is back on campus today, hiding under that giant gray monstrosity pulled up to his damn chin like a medieval monk's robe. But my brain only sees the arms underneath, the ones that flexed when he picked up the bar, the ones with veins that looked like a roadmap to bad decisions. I'm walking toward the library with the energy of someone trying to outrun their own thoughts. Stop thinking about him, I whisper to myself. 2 freshmen walking past me stare. I choose to ignore it. I push open the library door and inhale like I'm entering a temple of holiness where my brain will finally calm down. It doesn't. Because who's at the end of the aisle? The hoodie menace himself, Alaric. Hood up, head down, reading, looking all mysteriously innocent, like he isn't the reason my soul has been malfunctioning for 2 full days. I slap my books down at a table and mutter, "This is fine. I'm fine. Academia is my passion, not arms." I dig into my bag. I'm here to work, not lust. But my fingers brush the cursed notebook. The notebook that has the words "bench press me" written in it like I'm a failed Wattpad author possessed by thirst. I try to shove it deeper into the bag. The bag has other plans. The notebook slips out like it's escaping prison, hits the floor, flips open, pages spread like a crime scene. No, 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 no! I lunge for it, but someone else moves faster. A hand picks it up, a familiar hand. Of course it's him. Of course the universe hates me. Alaric stands over me, hoodie still half covering his face, eyes scanning the page. His brows lift. Then, he reads it out loud. "Bench press me? Really, Rio?" I die. I fully die. My ghost rises above my body and tries to flee. I snatch at the notebook, but my hand slips and I knock over an entire stack of textbooks from the neighboring table. They crash like a small earthquake. Someone shushes me so aggressively that I flinch. Alaric tilts his head, clearly entertained. "Didn't know I occupied your brain that much. It's not, that's not." He flips to another line. "Is it normal to want your rival to ruin your GPA?" He quirks an eyebrow. Creative phrasing. "I was brainstorming," I hiss. "For what? A thirst essay?" "It's creative writing practice." He leans in, eyes sharp and warm at the same time. "Pretty interesting imagination you've got." "Shut up. I'm complimenting you." "Shut up harder." Alaric laughs softly, a low sound that somehow makes my chest vibrate. I want to sink into the carpet. He hands the notebook back, fingers brushing mine in the process, and I swear a spark jumps. I yank my hand back like a coward. "You should write more," he murmurs, still too close. It's entertaining. I hate you. No, you don't. I super do. He just smirks. That damn smirk again. Before I can tell him to go away forever, the intercom crackles. Attention, students. Professor D'Souza will now give partner assignments for the midterm physics project. My stomach drops. Students shuffle toward the front desk, where Professor D'Souza is reading from a clipboard like she's about to announce who gets sacrificed to the gods of GPA. She clears her throat. Rio Santos and Alaric Jones. I blink. Alaric slowly turns toward me. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, I whisper. Yes, he says, sounding way too pleased. This can't be happening. He shrugs. Guess you'll have more material. For your notebook. I make a strangled noise. I'm going to set that notebook on fire. He taps his pencil against my notebook like he's knocking on a door. Don't. I like your writing. I wasn't writing for you. You kind of were. I hate everything. See you tomorrow, partner. He walks away, hoodie swaying slightly, and he looks so annoyingly calm. Meanwhile, I'm vibrating like a cracked soda can. I flop into a chair, bury my face in my hands, and mutter, I need help. I need professional, medically supervised help. But under all that humiliation, under all the chaos in my chest, one truth hits hard. I don't want him to stop teasing me. And that's the problem. Same afternoon, I stepped out of the classroom like someone had just shoved my soul through a paper shredder. My lungs were doing this weird half-breathing thing, probably because Alaric was strolling next to me like we were best buddies grabbing iced coffee after yoga. Meanwhile, I was debating whether fainting in public would ruin my GPA. Rio, I whispered to myself, clutching my notebook, act normal. Be normal. You are so normal. Alaric glanced over. You good? I made a sound that definitely wasn't human. He smirked like he'd been waiting for me to malfunction. We were halfway down the hall when my water bottle slipped out of my hand. I tried to catch it. Failed. It clattered across the floor like it was trying to expose me. I grabbed it, stood up, and immediately dropped it again. Alaric snorted. The man actually snorted. Cute. Cute. I could feel my soul lifting out of my body and filing a restraining order. Before I could respond, Jamie materialized out of nowhere like the chaotic gremlin spirit he is. Ryo, he said, dragging out my name like a warning siren. His eyes flicked to Alaric, then back to me, then to Alaric again. Oh, what's happening here? Nothing, I blurted. Definitely something, Jamie said, eyebrows doing gymnastics. Alaric leaned back against the wall like he was posing for a mildly inappropriate student council campaign poster. Hair perfect, posture unfair, eyes way too focused on me. Relax, he said. I don't bite. He paused long enough for me to reboot. Unless you want me to. I dropped my water bottle again. Jamie actually whispered, Bro. Like I had personally embarrassed our entire friend group. I scrambled to pick it up. My hand hit the bottle. The bottle rolled away. I chased it like a toddler learning what gravity is. By the time I got back, Jamie was staring at me like I'd just announced I was joining a cult, and Alaric was watching me the way people stare at slow-motion explosions. So, Alaric said, straightening from the wall, we'll meet this week? For the project? Yeah, I said, voice cracking like I was 13 again. Totally, yep, absolutely, professional, academic, that. His smile dipped into something slow, something knowing, something dangerous for my blood pressure. Looking forward to it, he stepped past me, shoulder brushing mine. Just barely, just enough to electrocute my nervous system. I did not breathe until he disappeared around the corner. Jamie rounded on me instantly. Explain. There's nothing to explain, I said, clutching my folder to my chest like a Victorian widow. He's my partner, for a project, for class. That's it. Jamie squinted at me. Rio, my brother's in chaos. You just dropped your water bottle 3 times in 60 seconds. That boy said one sentence, and your soul evacuated your body. It's not, I stammered, caught me off guard. Caught you off guard, Jamie repeated, skeptical. Or caught your attention, I basically squeaked. Oh my God, Jamie breathed, eyes sparkling with evil delight. You're into him. No, absolutely not. I am grounded. I am mature. I am stable. Jamie blinked. You? Stable? Since when? I shoved him lightly. Shut up. He grinned and threw an arm around my shoulders. Fine, but I'm watching this unfold like premium television. I hate you. You love me, but not as much as you love. If you finish that sentence, I'm pushing you into oncoming traffic. He laughed like a menace. We walked out of the building together. I pretended I was fine. I was not fine. I was so unbelievably, catastrophically not fine. 3 days in 3 days. 3 whole days since the most humiliating / weirdly hot group project planning session of my entire academic life. I kept telling myself I was fine. And then I found the hoodie. I was doing laundry, minding my own business, when something dark gray and stupidly soft slid out of the pile and hit the floor like a dropped confession letter. I froze. No way, I whispered. I bent down, picked it up, stared at it like it was a cursed artifact. It was Alaric's hoodie. His hoodie. The one he'd taken off during our group project planning because he had spilled water on it. Because I had spilled water on it. Because apparently I am a weak human being with 0 self-control and 1 brain cell, dedicated entirely to see his abs one time before you die. The flashback hit me like a frying pan. Flashback. 2 days ago, we were sitting in the study room. I had a notebook. He had a pen he kept spinning like he was flirting with gravity. So the topic is magnetic field simulation model, he said, leaning forward. His shirt stretched across his chest in a way that should honestly be illegal. I nodded. Yeah, we can split the research, or something? Yeah, he smirked. You're very articulate today. I wanted to melt into the carpet. Then the universe handed me the single dumbest opportunity. He reached for his water bottle, twisted the cap, and it slipped. The entire thing splashed all over his hoodie. Shit, he said, standing up and pulling the hoodie off. I swear time slowed. The shirt underneath clung to him, damp, outlining everything in a way I definitely should not have been looking at. My one thought, yes. Good, more of that. He wrung out the hoodie. This is annoying. My mouth acted before my brain. Here, let me. I grabbed the hoodie. He raised a brow. You really want to hold my wet clothes? I made a noise that was supposed to be normal. It was not normal. You okay? He asked, stepping close enough that I could smell that expensive clean scent he always had. You're acting weird. I'm always weird, I said, voice cracking. He laughed, actually laughed. I like your kind of weird. My heart nearly yeeted itself out of my ribcage. We got back to notes, but every time he leaned over my page, my brain short-circuited. At one point, he looked at me and said, You're staring. I am not, I lied. He grinned. You so are. Please stop talking. No. He leaned closer, eyes warm in that dangerous teasing way. You're fun to mess with. I dropped my pen on my foot. He cackled, but like, fondly. By the end of it, we'd somehow reached a point where we were actually talking about normal stuff too. Childhood stories, favorite movies, his irrational hatred of raisins. I'm texting you the timeline later, he said. Don't ignore me or I'll hunt you down. That's not scary. Who said I wanted it to be scary? Heat shot up my neck so fast I thought I might combust. He left the hoodie on the chair. I didn't notice until he was already gone. Back to now, I stared at the hoodie in my hands, debating every life choice that brought me here. It's fine, I told myself. Just fold it, return it, be normal. I lifted it to fold it, paused, lifted it higher. Do not sniff it, I whispered to myself. Do not. I lost. I sniffed, and immediately wanted a hole to open in the earth and swallow me whole. It smelled stupidly good, like cold weather, expensive soap, a hint of cedar, and something warm I couldn't place but wanted way too much. I threw the hoodie on my bed like it had personally attacked me. Nope, no, illegal. I grabbed my notebook. Again, opened it, wrote like my dignity depended on it. Again. Why does he smell like cold weather and expensive soap? If I bury my face in his chest, he'd never know. Probably. I groaned into my hands. My phone buzzed. My soul left my body. It was him. Alaric. You have my hoodie. I internally screamed so loud it probably echoed into another dimension. I flopped backward onto my bed, clutching my phone like it was a bomb. Me. Yeah, found it in my laundry, sorry, he replied instantly. Alaric. Didn't say you had to apologize. Alaric. Just didn't want you stealing it. Alaric. Unless you were planning to. My entire nervous system short-circuited. Me. I wasn't stealing it. Me. Why would I steal your hoodie? Me. That's weird. Me. Right me. Ha, me. In real life, actively dying. He sent a single message back. Alaric. Relax, Rio. I don't mind you having it for a bit. I stared at the screen like it held the secret to immortality. Then another message came. Alaric. Study session this week? Library Wednesday? I tried to type something normal. Failed. Me. Yes, cool. Fine. Great. See you Wednesday. He left me on scene. I threw my phone onto my pillow, covered my face, and kicked my legs like a deranged schoolgirl. I was not okay. I was nowhere near okay. I looked over at the hoodie again. 3 days. 3 days and he was still in my head. And now we were meeting in a library. Alone. This was going to kill me. Next day I walked into the library holding his hoodie like it was a cursed relic that might burn me if I squeezed too tightly. The plan was simple. Return it. Act normal. Don't sniff it in public. Don't spontaneously combust when I see him. All extremely reasonable goals that lasted exactly 3 seconds. Because I tripped. On the carpet. On absolutely nothing. I pitched forward with a strangled, "Oh God!" and a hand shot out, catching me by the wrist and yanking me upright. Easy, Alaric said, voice low. Try not to fall for me again. My soul left my body. I tripped on air. Air is dangerous. His mouth curved. Sure. We were still holding each other's arms. I snatched mine back so fast I almost dislocated something. From behind the desk, the new librarian, tiny round glasses, cardigan, looks like the kind of sweet lady who bakes cookies shaped like cats, watched us with blatant interest. She smiled at me like, I know what you're doing, honey. I died inside. Alaric jerked his chin toward a quiet table. Come on, before you hurt yourself again. I followed, trying not to stare at the way his sweatshirt clung to his shoulders. Not my fault. The man is built like a physics problem I'm not smart enough to solve. We sat. Or well, he sat normally. I sat like a malfunctioning robot trying to recalibrate its limbs. He pulled out the assignment sheet. Magnetic field simulation model. You start. Right, totally. I'm very capable. I can model magnets. You're adorable when you glitch. I'm not glitching. You're literally overheating. I'm warm-blooded. He laughed quietly, this rough little sound that made me tense up in the best and worst ways. I shoved his hoodie toward him. Here, I washed it. He didn't even take it. Instead, he picked it up, stood, walked behind me and draped it around my shoulders. My heart exploded. You can keep it, he murmured near my ear. It looks better on you. My breath caught. I wasn't. It's not. I accidentally inhaled. And of course I sniffed it. Instantly, right in front of him. His eyebrow lifted. Did you just smell it? No, he smirked. You did. I didn't. You're cute. I am going to pass away. He sat beside me, too close, too warm, too everything, and leaned over the notes. His shoulder brushed mine. My brain went static. Your diagram is wrong, he murmured. What? No, it's... Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe. Relax, he said softly. You're fine. We'll fix it. I stared at the paper, but all I could see was the proximity of his jaw. He tapped the page again. Focus, Rio. I'm trying, I whispered. He went quiet for a beat. Are you stressed? That tone didn't match his teasing. It was gentler, grounding. Yeah, I admitted. Physics is killing me. Everything feels like If I mess up once, I'm failing the whole course. My GPA, my future, my entire existence. No pressure. Alaric leaned back, looking at me, not the paper. I get it, he said. Not smug, not flirty, just honest. Everyone thinks I don't care, but I do. I hate disappointing people. Coaches, teachers, myself. It's a lot sometimes. I blinked. You feel pressure? He nodded once. You're the only one who challenges me, though. You don't treat me like some untouchable guy who's always fine. My chest tightened. I didn't know what to do with that, or with the fact that he was looking at me like I mattered. I'm not trying to challenge you, I said quietly. I'm just me. That's what I mean. His knee bumped mine under the table, deliberately. I swallowed. We should finish the model. His voice dipped. Yeah, we should. But neither of us moved for a moment, just breathing the same air. Close enough to feel the pull. Finally, he nudged the notes. Deadline's coming up. We'll meet again tomorrow? Yeah, I said. Tomorrow. Not fine, not normal, not anywhere near okay. But as he walked out of the library, glancing back once with that stupid little half-smile, I knew I'd show up again, even if it killed me. Next day, I got to the lab 20 minutes early, which was stupid because it only meant I had 20 extra minutes to panic. I paced between the tables like a trapped squirrel, pulling Alaric's hoodie tighter around me. I wasn't planning on wearing it. It just jumped onto my body or something. Every time I caught my reflection in the glass screen of a powered-off monitor, I looked like the desperate loser who wore his crush's clothes and pretended it meant nothing. Whatever. It was cold, absolutely freezing. Sub-zero temperatures, hypothermia imminent. The door opened. Alaric walked in, hoodie up, jaw sharp, shoulders unfair, and eyes landing on me immediately. He stopped and smiled. Not the smirk, not the teasing little upward curve. A warm smile that hit me right in the chest. You're early, he said. I pointed at him. You're wearing a hoodie. He looked down at himself, then back at me, deliberately slow. We match. I wanted to crawl into a vent and live there. You have the same hoodie? I stammered. That's why I let. You keep one, he said easily. I figured you'd wear it. It was cold. I said it too fast. Sure. He walked closer, close enough that I felt him without touching. We twin now. We are not. Twinning is a very loaded term. Relax, you look good. His voice dropped just enough to make my stomach flip. I gripped the table to stay upright. Can we do the project before I pass out? He stepped behind me. My pulse tripped. Stand still, he murmured. What? Why? His fingers brushed the side of my neck as he adjusted the collar of my hoodie. Slow, warm, too gentle for my sanity. There, he said. You were folded weird. I couldn't breathe. Yeah, I do that sometimes. Fold weird. Yes, it's a condition. He laughed quietly, way too close to my ear. You're something else. I'm trying, I squeaked. He moved beside me again, leaning over the tablet displaying our magnetic field simulation. Let's run it from the top. Right, I said, not hearing a single word. Magnets, science, our calling. He gave me a look that said I was hopeless, then walked me through the data again. Somehow, miraculously, the project turned out flawless. Our simulation ran perfectly. Even Professor D'Souza seemed impressed. Alaric leaned back, stretching like a walking warning label. We did good, I swallowed. Yeah. Then came the grading. Professor D'Souza pulled up the rubric, made some notes, and typed our marks into the portal while we stood there shoulder to shoulder. Alaric's sleeve brushed mine, and I almost forgot English. Good teamwork, she said. Very balanced presentation. Balanced, yes, equal, exactly how it should be. But when the marks flashed on screen, something ice cold slid down my spine. Rio, 89, Alaric, 90. My breath caught. 1.1 point more. We did the same work, same project, same effort, yet somehow he still edged me out. The whole room blurred except for that stupid number. Beside me, Alaric shifted. Rio, wait! Don't! My voice cracked sharp enough to cut glass. He flinched. Actual flinch. But I was already grabbing my bag. He tried again. It's not what you think. Congrats, genius, I snapped, loud enough that a few heads turned. You won again. The look on his face hurt more than the score. I didn't care. I couldn't. If I stayed, I would either cry or do something stupid like ask him why he always had to be perfect. So I walked out. No. Stormed. Left the lab, the hallway, the whole building. Kept walking until the anger melted into this messy, embarrassing ache in my chest. An hour later, I was pretending to read a machine learning poster in the STEM wing when footsteps echoed down the empty hallway. I didn't have to turn to no. He stopped beside me. Hey. I swallowed. He held out a folded grade sheet. Before you get mad again, look. I hesitated, then took it. He had crossed out his score and written 89, then crossed out mine and written 90. My chest squeezed so tight I couldn't speak. You finally beat me, he said, like you wanted. And before you assume, you deserve the grades and Professor D'Souza approved of it. I stared at him. Alaric, you didn't have to do that. Yeah, I did. He looked away, jaw tight. You know why I wear these hoodies? In my old school, people said I slept with teachers for grades. They'd corner me, joke about it, shove me around. So I stopped letting people see me at all. My throat closed up. Alaric, I didn't want that here. Then you walked in, loud and annoying and impossible to ignore. And you noticed me. His voice softened. Not the rumors, not the hoodie. Me. And that scared the hell out of me. I stepped closer before I could stop myself. I'm sorry for being another jerk. You weren't, he said quietly. You just made it impossible to hide. I reached for his sleeve. Then stop hiding. He stared at me, searching for mockery. None there. So slowly, like I was something breakable. He pushed his hood back, hair falling messily into his face, neck exposed, eyes bright. I couldn't help it. I grinned. There. Now the world sees what I've been losing sleep over. He choked on a laugh. You're impossible. Yeah, I said, but I'm trying. He looked at me like he wanted to say something else. Maybe something life-altering. But instead he took a breath and murmured, You look good in my hoodie. My heart did an Olympic-level backflip. You look good without yours. We both froze. Then he smiled. And God, I was done for. Same night, later. I wasn't sleeping, not even close. I'd been lying in bed for 2 hours, staring at the ceiling as it had personally offended me, replaying Alaric's everything on loop, his smile in the lab, the hoodie comment. Relax, you look good. The way his fingers brushed my collar like he had the right. I groaned and flipped over, burying my face in the pillow. Nope, no. Stop thinking. Think about physics. Electromagnetic. No, that just reminds me of him leaning over me. Think about bread. Yes, bread is safe. Bread doesn't have shoulders. It wasn't working. My chest felt too full, too warm, too stupid. I shot out of bed, grabbed my notebook from the desk, and sat cross-legged on the floor like a man writing his last will. The pen hovered, and then the words spilled out before I could stop them. I'm scared he knows. I want him. My throat tightened. I scribbled again, faster. I'm scared. I want him to know. I don't just want him for his look. I want him for his heart, for the way he listens, for the way he sees me when no one else does. I stared at the words, breath shallow, too honest, too raw, too real. I snapped the notebook shut as it might explode. Then, a knock, soft, 2 taps. I froze. Another knock. My soul left my body. No one knocked at my dorm past 10 unless they were drunk or delivering noodles. I got up, legs wobbling, crossed the room and opened the door. Alaric, standing there. Hoodie, hair messy, eyes warm and dark, and too deep to look into for long. My heart dropped into my stomach. Why are you? It's late. Couldn't sleep, he said simply. Okay, but why here? He tilted his head slightly. Why do you look like you just ran a marathon in your room? I didn't. I was organizing thoughts. One brow lifted. You write when you're stressed. I blinked. How do you know that? You always get quiet and your shoulders tense. He leaned a little against the doorframe, voice softer. I can read you. My mouth went dry. That's creepy, I tried. You shouldn't read me. Hard not to, he murmured. You think too loud. I stepped back instinctively, flustered. I don't. Loud? My thoughts aren't loud. They are to me. He stepped inside without me saying yes, closing the door quietly behind him. Alaric, you've been avoiding looking at me since the lab, he said. I thought maybe you were overthinking again. I'm not. He gave that tiny, amused smile that always made me want to hit him and kiss him simultaneously. Rio, you panic whenever I get close. I don't panic. You stutter. It's cold. You sweat. Thermal. Shock. You blush. I'm sunburnt. It was night. I swallowed hard, backing up until I hit the edge of my desk. Shut up. He walked closer, slowly, deliberately, like he knew exactly what he was doing to me. My pulse hammered against my ribs. He stopped inches away. Why were you up writing? He asked softly. Homework, I lied instantly. Try again. My voice cracked like bad audio. I wanted the floor to swallow me. He breathed out, barely a laugh. Rio, what? You don't have to hide everything. His tone wasn't teasing now. It was warm. Too warm. I stared at his chest because looking at his eyes felt illegal. I wasn't hiding. You were scared, he said gently. I'm not scared. You think I haven't noticed? He lifted a hand, slow enough that I could pull away. I didn't. His fingers brushed my jaw, soft, careful, like I was something he wasn't sure he was allowed to touch. My breath stopped. He whispered, I like it. My heart malfunctioned. Like, what? That you feel so much. He leaned closer, voice barely air. That I can tell what you're thinking, that you don't hide from me when it matters. I swallowed tremor after tremor. I'm not good at this. You're better than you think. His thumb skimmed my cheekbone, making my entire nervous system glitch. And I like that too. I didn't know what to do, didn't know where to look, didn't know how to breathe. You can't just say things like that, I whispered. Why not? Because I pressed a shaking palm over my chest. I'm already. He waited. I didn't finish. Couldn't. The room felt too small. He felt too close. The truth felt too heavy. But when I finally looked up, his face was right there. Inches. His breath mixed with mine. Neither of us moved. Neither of us blinked. Just close enough to fall. Rio, he murmurs. Yeah, no. My neurons are officially dead. I swallow. Why are you looking at me like that? He huffs a soft laugh. You know why. I don't. Well, okay, I do, but my body is refusing to let me process it because he's so close I can literally feel the heat radiating off him. His hand brushes mine again, and my stupid traitor fingers curl like they want to hold him forever. He leans a little closer, voice dipping low. You keep pretending like you don't know what I want. Because I don't, I whisper shout. I'm bad at people and signals. And you keep doing that thing with your eyes like you're about to. Rio. God. The way he says my name. Soft, patient, like he's holding the edges of something fragile. Look at me, he says quietly. I do. I wish I hadn't because my heart does this dramatic backflip like it's auditioning for the Olympics. He looks steady. Sure. And then there's me, vibrating like a malfunctioning toaster. He moves closer again. I can feel his breath now, warm on my cheek. Too intimate, too much, too good. Is this okay? He whispers. I swear I stop breathing for a second. Yeah, please. His lips part the slightest bit, like he's amused by how pathetic I sound. Then he leans in, slow, intentional. He's gonna kiss me. He's gonna... Nope. My body says screw waiting. I surge forward and kiss him first. And oh God, it is stupid and messy. And I probably bumped his nose. My hands do this weird twitchy thing like they can't decide where to go. So they settle on his hoodie strings, because apparently I'm 5. But he kisses me back, immediately, like he's been waiting for this. The kiss deepens just a little. Not rushed, just warm, honest. His fingers brush the side of my neck, and I swear I feel that touch everywhere. My knees go jelly soft. My brain shuts off. My heart, screaming. When we finally pull back, I'm pretty sure I look dazed, drunk, ruined. Alaric's forehead stays against mine. His voice is low and steady. Rio, I need you to hear me. I blink up at him, still breathless. I'm trying, but my soul's on the floor right now. He laughs quietly, the kind that shakes in his chest. Then he cups my cheek like I'm something he wants to protect. I like you, he says. Not cocky, not playful, just real. Not just the way you ramble like you're about to combust. Not just the way you blush when I tease you. I like you. You. All of you. My throat closes up and I nod too fast. I like you too. I mean, I think I liked you for a while, and I tried not to because you're you, and I'm just me. His thumb strokes my cheek. You always talk like wanting you is impossible. Well, that's because you're, hot. He bites back a grin. So are you. I'm not. He leans in, brushing his lips against mine again. Barely a kiss. More like a promise. Rio? Yeah? You're mine now. Something in my chest falls right into place. Warm, heavy, perfect. I whisper back before my courage can abandon me. I was already yours. He smiles, slow, soft, like he's seeing something he wants to keep. And I melt into him, into the warmth of it, into the quiet truth humming between us. Maybe I really am in too deep. But God, it feels good. Epilogue, months later. If someone had told me half a year ago that Alaric Jones would be standing in my dorm room, shirtless, humming while looking for his charger, like this was his damn apartment, I would have laughed, or fainted, or both. Right now, I'm doing something between fainting and thirsting. Rio, he calls out casually, like his abs aren't rude. Did you move my charger again? I squeak, literally squeak. What? No, maybe, possibly, I don't know. He glances over his shoulder, smirking when he catches me staring. And by staring, I mean openly devouring him with my eyes. I have no shame left. None. I used it all up in the first 3 months of dating. You're staring again, he says, still looking for the charger, but obviously posing now. He stretches. His back flexes. I die. You're the one walking around like that. I wave a hand at his body because words have officially abandoned me. Put something on, or don't. I don't know. I can't think. He chuckles. Slow, warm, dangerous. You like it. I never said that. You didn't have to. He walks toward me, stopping way too close. Your face says everything. I have a very expressive face, I mumble. He cups my jaw, thumb brushing my cheek with that soft, steady touch that still makes my knees weak. And you're terrible at hiding anything from me. Not true, I say, already blushing. Really? His voice dips low. Then why do you swallow hard every time I take my shirt off? I choke. Actually choke. Drink your water, hydrate, mind your business. He laughs again. God, it's unfair how good he looks when he's teasing me. We move around the dorm, bumping into each other like idiots. He finds his charger on my desk, because I borrowed it, and shakes his head. You're hopeless, he says. I'm resourceful. I cross my arms, then drop them again, because I feel stupid doing it. And besides, you leave your stuff everywhere. He steps behind me and wraps his arms around my waist, chin nudging my shoulder. His warmth sinks into me instantly. You like having my stuff here, he murmurs. Yeah, I admit quietly. I really do. Silence stretches out, soft and domestic. His fingers trace circles on my hips. My heart does its usual chaotic drum solo. He whispers, "You know, I still love how nervous you get around me." "I'm not nervous," I lie convincingly for 0 seconds. He presses a kiss behind my ear. I melt, basically collapse in spirit. "You're cute," he says. "You're annoying," I shoot back, leaning into him anyway. His arms tighten. "Rio?" "Yeah?" He shifts so I can look at him. His eyes soften in that way that always hits me right in the chest. "I love you." The words settle warm and deep. My throat goes tight, my heart jumps, and I say the only thing I've been meaning every day for months. "I love you too." His smile is slow and real. He kisses me, tender and grounding. And just like that, it's us. Still idiots, still stupid for each other, and still, somehow, exactly right. The end. What's the one moment you realized you were totally screwed because you caught feelings for someone who just smiled a little too close like Alaric did with Rio? Thanks for watching. Subscribe to become part of our Rainbow Force and consider joining our membership for early access and exclusive content. Stay wholesome.